eno ye Extreme Media UJ. Subscribe for all updates.
First of all, I want you to appreciate that if we were to say we dispatch all the materials to the entire country in one single day, that will not be possible. First of all, look at the parking we have here. So that will not be possible. And secondly, this is not the first time we are dispatching the kit in bits or in installments, if I may use that phrase. We load those where we are satisfied we have completed the packing process adequately with everything. The packers are still here with us. They are not leaving today after this first consignment has been dispatched. So there is nothing strange or nothing new or nothing with any ulterior motives in the way we are dispatching these kits. I believe even tomorrow this will be ongoing for us. We are just here to flag off. This is just ceremonial. We are here to flag off the first batch of the kit that is being dispatched to the areas mentioned by the acting secretary. And I believe tomorrow, Apollo, will you be able to dispatch again tomorrow? This afternoon even, after we have left, after we have flagged off this first batch, even this afternoon more, even tomorrow and so on and so forth. So this is a continuous process. Mind you, we are cautious that we are left with maybe about a week to go to polling. We are cautious. And it is our determination and it is our obligation to ensure that all these materials are delivered to the respective districts in time, so that on polling day, the materials are adequately and promptly dispatched or delivered at the respective polling stations to enable polling to start within the prescribed time, that is 7 a.m. So we are going to do that. There is nothing, we are not, this is not something really to worry about. If I remember in 2021, we had a similar ceremony where we flagged, and actually we continue dispatching this one. Apollo, you expect to be done by when? Within, by next week? By 10. Our target is to ensure that we conclude the dispatch of the kit by 10 to the respective districts. So we are not financially constrained. Otherwise, if we were financially constrained, we wouldn't have reached here. Manpower, we have adequate, more than adequate manpower, as we have been briefed by the Secretary. So, again, UBC is a similar question. We have sufficient time within which to deliver these kit or materials. Now, on the issue of petition, we have less measures and mechanisms to ensure that whatever decision we make on any petition or any electoral dispute is realized or actualized or implemented right to the ground. When I talk to the ground, we talk to the polling station. So whoever is supposed to be on the ballot paper will be there. Whoever is not supposed to be on the ballot paper, even though that person may be there because the printing had taken place by the time the decision was made, measures will be put in place to inform or to notify the voters that that person who is on the ballot paper, because of other issues or legal issues, person is no longer a candidate, although he or she is on the ballot paper. But we are comfortable. We shall be able to manage whatever development emerges or comes up. Now, then the results from the districts before they are sent to the commission, the fears expressed by concerns by some stakeholders. I think I wish all our stakeholders could be cognizant or aware of what the law provides. Because the law is very clear, in very clear terms, that the results of a polling station, before they are even relayed to the district tally center or to the returning officer at the district tally center, or to the national tally center, the presidential results, it shall first be known at that polling station. It's in the law. The results from every polling station are supposed to be announced or declared by the presiding officer at that polling station. So, what other information do they want? Those who are asking that. That the results should be known to by us before they are sent to the National Tally Center. And this is what we have been telling people. They are agents at polling stations. They don't read the law. They just start, what do you want us to do for you? The law is very clear. If you, a candidate, you have deployed agents at every polling station after counting and capturing the results in the DR form, your agent is going to be given a copy of the DR form. First of all, the presiding officer is going to announce so and so has got so many votes here. So and so has got so many votes here. So and so has got so many votes here. It is in the law. Then your agent will be given a copy of the DR form. So already you know. And it is only after that that the presiding officer will follow the processes or protocols of having these results placed where they're supposed to be placed for transmission to the district tally center. By the time the returning officer at the district tally center opens that envelope to get out the DR form and begin the process of tallying the results, you, the candidate, already know what you have obtained from polling station A or B through your agent. So you already know. So the fears, therefore, of whoever has expressed those fears are already catered for or erased by the provisions of the law regarding the handling of these results at the polling station. At the district, there, the envelope is open. The gate is in the law. Let them read the law. I'm not going here to teach people the law. Let them go and read the law. The procedure on how the results from a polling station are supposed to be handled at the district is prescribed in the law. Very clear. Very clear. It is in the law. So they will let them read the law and see what it says. What does the law say? When the results have arrived, what are they supposed to be? What are they supposed to do with them? The returning officer is supposed to open the envelope, the tamper-proof envelope, okay, in full view. And mind you, dear candidates, the law again allows you to appoint agents at a tally center. Are they 5 per candidate? 5 per candidate. You are at liberty to appoint agents 5 per candidate, I mean per tally center, through the accreditation process by the Electoral Commission. Don't just send people there. You must inform the Electoral Commission that I have appointed this so and so to be my agent at this tally center. Please accredit them. We shall accredit them and give them tags. So all those processes, we have explained these things over and over and over. So the returning officer is supposed to open the envelope and then begin the tallying process. We are going to put up a screen at every tally center where what is being tallied by the returning officer will be displayed on the screen. Then after that, transmission electronically to the National Tally Center for the presidential results. For parliamentary results, the declaration is supposed to be made by the returning officer there at the tally center. So again, I want to implore our candidates and all other stakeholders, please go and read the Presidential Elections Act and the Parliamentary Elections Act on the protocols and procedures that have to be followed in the handling of those results, right from the polling station to the tally center and the district tally center and national tally center. Sparker, and we're going to make the country suffer losses? No. Which losses? You are not there. You are not going to make the country suffer losses. Because you see, the process of handling election-related disputes is prescribed in the Constitution. It's the Constitution which commands the Electoral Commission or requires the Electoral Commission to handle all election-related disputes before and during polling. Before polling and during polling. Even on polling day, by the way, the Constitution says the Commission should still handle any complaints brought its way. We would also have loved to put an end to these petitions, but the law does not allow us. Because they have bogged us down. We would have wished or desired to put an end to these petitions, but when we look at the Constitution, it does not give us room to say we have closed the door. No. So we shall continue to handle as and when the time and circumstances permit us to do so. So there will be no loss. Okay. Now on the issue of the NVR, yesterday the Commission started distributing the National Voters Register to the presidential candidates. So again, I want to allay the fears of those who say the Commission is not in position to do that. We have started to do so, and we are continuing to do that. Incidentally, we have also been receiving individual requests from especially parliamentary candidates who have been requesting to us to avail them with their constituency register. And we have been doing that. We have been advising them on the fee that they are required to pay so that we give them the register. But every candidate is supposed to have the polling register so that they are able to give the copy of the register to their agents at every polling station. So we have started doing that. Now, I know how the materials are Byabakama Kubyokubira. When you want us to tell you we are going to secure these things. What you have to know, they will be securely secured. They are going to be safe. Nobody is going to tamper with them. Whom we are going to deploy, we know how they are going to be safe. Whether this is the step, but I want to assure you, if you have any idea of trying something funny, these materials are going to be securely guarded from here. As they leave the gate, they are secured. As they arrive at the traffic lights, they are secured. Up to the final destination, they will be secured. And then there, we have also put in place our own mechanisms of securing the materials, so that by the time we come to dispatch them to the polling station, they are intact, they have not been interfered with, and they arrive safely. Even to deliver them at the polling station, we are going to secure them appropriately. We are going to secure them appropriately. The other question, I think, as I conclude, so that we go. I think that was the last question. No. Sensitization. Yes, you know, we received with these kids, and we have been carrying out a number of activities. First of all, train. We have to recruit people who are going to operate on these kits or to operate these kits on polling day. We had to recruit, first of all, people to train. We had to recruit about 1,053 IT personnel whom we had to train, and those 1,053 we had to train the 50,739 operators who are going to be deployed at every polling station. Remember, dear media, as we've been telling you and the nation, that we are deploying 2 kits per polling station, and the polling stations are 50,739. But we shall have 1 operator per polling station for these kits. Now we have to recruit these people, and they are to be trained by the 1,053 trainers whom we recruited first. Now, that being the case, therefore, it was imperative that we first train people who are going to operate these machines or kits. Then we sensitize the people, the voters, on how these kits are going to be utilized. But already, we have been already sensitizing some stakeholders. For instance, the other day at Hotel Africana, there was, I think some of you were there. What was that group, Julius? That was sensitized at Hotel Africana? Communicators from all government agencies, absolutely. They were sensitized or taken through how these machines are going to operate. They even at EC headquarters, the media, I think you are the first beneficiaries of that sensitization process. We sensitize the media because we know you are very critical. You are the ones to inform the people. Then we have also been having a sensitization, yes, with the Parliament. We held a session with the Parliament, members of Parliament, those who were present. We took them through. The other day, my team had a session with the judges of the High Court. We took them through. Yesterday, we had justices of the Supreme Court. We also taking them through these processes, how this kit is going to operate. Now, in these few days, we are going to embark on a massive sensitization drive on radios, TVs, on gatherings, and so on and so forth, is telling the people when they get to the polling station, what are they going to find that is different from 2021? How they are going to be biometrically identified, either using the fingerprint, the thumb, or the fingerprints, or the facial. How they are going to be, how the process of having the VLS is going to aid in the fast, in the expeditious identification of the voter, and how the ballot paper is going to be scanned before it is given to the voter, and what is going to happen before the ballot papers are counted, such that when people see all these things take place, they should not ask themselves whether there is any ulterior motives behind whatever is being done at the polling station with regard to these kids. So I want to assure the people that, I know that people are used to the register, as Rajat is saying. That register is going to be there. It does not mean, I want people to understand, the fact that we are going to have the biometric kit does not mean we have eliminated the paper copy or hard copy register. It's going to be there, because that is a fundamental record according to the law. And in any case, some people, we have said that voters should come with either the voter education slip, which slips are being distributed to the voters in the various parishes or areas, or the national ID, which have what we call the barcode, which can be read by this machine or key. But in case the voter does not have a BLS or the national ID, but he is a registered voter, we shall now use the hard copy register. Although that process is a little bit cumbersome, or it takes some bit of time, we shall now revert to the hard copy register to say whether Apollo Musinguzi is on the register. Because you come and say, your name, Apollo Musinguzi. Now they have to go through the register. That takes time. Open the pages, MU, and so on. Then they get the name of the voter. Then they take you through the process again of the kit. The fact that your name is confirmed beyond the register does not mean that they just give you the ballot paper directly. No, you have to go through the thumbprint or the facial in order for it to be confirmed by this machine. So the paper register is going to be there. However, get your voter location slip or come with your national ID. But if you don't have them, because I had some people who are being told, if you don't have the VLS or the national ID, you will not vote. Please, the person who will not vote is one who is not on the national voters register. That one will not vote. Even if that person has a national ID, reading the name of the village or the area, which is where the polling station is situated or located. If that person is not a national ID on the national voters register, he or she will not vote. So the paper register will be there, the biometric kit is going to be there, so everything should really go smoothly as far as I'm concerned. Yes, now on the issue of biometric, you have, what is my, you have the other product, the starter instrument. You don't, you have to left it at all. Now, the starter instrument that the minister made, Minister of Justice made, lays out the procedure. And one of them, as I have said, when you come to the polling station, you have the BLS, or the national ID. They use the technology. Now, your particulars will come on the screen of the kit, right? If they come out, then they will tell you, okay, put your thumbprint. If your thumbprint, your thumb or fingerprints are worn out, then they take, the machine has a camera. They will take your facial or your photo. Again, if it recognizes you, because we are right now, our technical people have been loading the data for all the voters in a particular district onto that kit. So your particulars will come. Then you put your thumb, you are confirmed. They scan the ballot paper, hand it over to you. In this case, there are 3 for president, woman member of parliament, directly elected member of parliament. They scan the 3 ballot papers. 2 of them will be placed in some kind of cabal so that you don't get mixed up. You go with the one, because the presidential ballot box is the first in a line. So you have one for presidential in your hand, the other 2 in some polythene bag, and then you go to the basin, you vote for president, you go next, you vote for woman member parliament, then directly elected member parliament. At the end of it all, before counting takes place, as we normally do, the presiding officer will break the seal on the ballot box. Have this black polythene paper, kivera, lay it on the ground. Pour the contents from the ballot box on that kivera. In the presence of the agents, I repeat, in the presence of the agents for the candidates. Not these people smanyi nyemide gita makumi abiri smanyi twagize nkanyi. No, the presence of the agents will be there. Okay? Now, before they count, each ballot paper will be scanned again with this machine. This scan. Any ballot paper which is not identified or recognized or confirmed by this scan or by this machine will be put aside. So those of you who want to go and ballot staff, because this machine will identify ballot papers which have not been properly issued to the legitimate voter at the first stage we talked about, and then it is only those which are confirmed or stand as valid or as valid in that context, not valid in the sense of the ticking or the thumbprinting or so on. Those are the ones to be counted. Then the counting will start with those which have been confirmed or verified. by the kid. So that's so. Those essentially those are the settings. Now, supposing you come with the national ID or VLS of Julius Muchunguzi and Byabakama. I come with the VLS, the national ID of Julius Muchunguzi, to the polling station. I hand it over to the operator. They scan it. The machine will accept if Muchunguzi is registered what at that polling station. The particulars of Muchunguzi will come on the screen. Then they tell me, put your kinkum in the machine. Because the fingerprints that should be recognized by the kid or of Musimus. Now this is the outcome. When I put my thumb, the thing will say the fingerprints do not match with the identity of the voter. So they will not give you. If they try facial, the gate will say, this face is so twisted, it is not that of Musimu which is smooth, which you have. And therefore, again, you reject it. So that is the safety measures. So those who think they will come with the IDs of the dead relatives, forget. The kid will be able to distinguish between the genuine or authentic card holder and the one who was presented. So to me, that addresses all these fears of rigging, this money allowing the dead to vote, allowing the people to vote more than 3 times or 2 times or to 1 all these things are going to be addressed by this kid. So those are the things I wanted to discuss with you, so that we go and launch. We shall be sensitizing, mind you, tomorrow I think we are going to have the regional workshops. My colleagues you see here, from here, they are going to various parts of the country. Tomorrow we are going to have regional workshops where we are going to address the stakeholders in those regions, the local leaders, political, religious, special interest groups, civil society organizations, representatives of political parties, and so on and so forth. We are going to tell them, this is a new era now, this is what is going to happen, the commission is ready, please be part of this process. If you see certain processes taking place, don't ask yourselves what is taking place. We are going to do that tomorrow, and please, thank you very much, God bless you. I think I've answered the question. Tugende tulochinge, tutambule, tugende, tukubeki,
abalungi abatuuliriza era abatulaba olunaku olwaleero tuchaddeko ewa Sheikh Asiraf Dembe.
Sebo sanyusa okubalaba amannya agange Seeka Asiraf Dembe akola ku bizibu by'enjawulo. Omuntu singa aba alina ebirwadde musomereddwa tunywa amazzi ga lukuya nga bw'obadde ogalaba, tugenda abantu ku kyoto ne twokya emizimu emibi egibabaamu n'okulombeddwa abantu singa abeera ng'ali wano atuuse sobola okumulombereddwa ne waba atatuuse nga mpadde amannya ge ng'ali wala. Neetaaze ennamba yange yeeno eri 07 01 76 37 11. Nammwe bannyinaffe abali ebweru oyagala okuba nti oyagala okulombera ku ddwa ng'olina ebizibu viza zibuze amaka gakolongotana sente zikola zimpita mu ngalo ojja kumpeereza ekifaananyi kyo n'amannya go ebyo byokka bijja kummala nja kukulombera edduwa ojja kutereera. Olunaku olusembayo mu mwezi mba n'edduwa eyawamu ffenna n'abalwadde bange abakadde n'abapya. Salaamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.